representing Flame Thriller.
Yo, it's your boy Sonny Jim. You're tuned into the Billionaires Radio Show.
That's 96.1
Bolton FM.
Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, won't you quit? You really make me sick with your fraudulent behavior. You're gonna make me flip and then the army couldn't save you. Why don't you behave, you little rugrat? Take a little tip from the tabloid, because I know I'm not paranoid. When I say I saw you trying to mock me, now you and your crew are on a mission trying to hawk me. But it isn't happening, you fraudulent foes. You used to front big time, now I suppose that everything's cool since the style of apparel you adopted. You used to make fun of, but now you wanna rock it. So you gotta kick it with the homies. But DEL is already hip to your cronies. Me and CMP's thought about this and never have we seen a brother who would have a like Mr. Dabalina.
Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, cool, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina.
Look what that's a good team by that.
No, cool.
Mr. Dabalina, you thought you could manipulate, you thought you could fool me. Ooh, Mr. Dabalina, teach wizard put me on a stumper, then he schooled me. Friends could be fraudulent, just you wait and see. First he was my money grip, then he stole my honey dip. Mr. Dabalina is a serpent, don't you agree? The little two-timer resembles Aunt Jemima, with jeans and a dirty white hoodie. Seems like he wouldn't be a snake, or would he? Disguises come in all sizes and shapes. Notice the facade of the snakes, they all catch the vapes, even though last year there was GQ. Took a lot of time before the DEL could see through the mask. All I had to do is ask the Emperor and Kwame, and my man responded they were bomb. Fraudulent flow with the strength of Hercules. The way you're on my dick must really hurt your knees. You need to take heed and quit being such a groupie. Ever since I did a little show in Guadalupe, I never saw a groupie like you. But what is funny is you wanted to be down with my crew, but DEL is not down with any clowns of justice. So I would suggest that you try to impress Uncle Fester Dabalina, because you don't impress me, Dabalina. The style of dress is not the key, Dabalina. It's all in the mind and the heart, so you should start by remembering you gotta pay a fee, Dabalina.
Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina.
Boy, I was stupid, Mr. Bob Dabalina. Boy, I was stupid, Mr. Bob Dabalina. Boy, I was stupid, Mr. Bob Dabalina. Boy, I was stupid, Mr. Bob Dabalina.
Ooh, Mr. Dabalina. Mr. Dabalina. Mr. Dabalina. 96.5 Bolton FM, it's the Realness Radio Show. My name is Al English, and once again we have Mr. Steve, Mr. Arthur Tom Whitley. And is there any better way to kick off the show than a little bit of Delta Funky Homo Sapien?
There really isn't, is there?
Mr. Dabalina. Come on, I was actually going to play the remix version, but then I thought, you know what? I'm going to play the original.
Go authentic.
And now we've got a little bit of Stetson Sonic. They are going to be making their journey to London imminently. They've got a date coming up. We're going to tell you about that all about after this.
You on the radio, talking about rap, saying all that crap about how we sample, giving examples.
Think we'll let you get away with that? You criticize our method, or how we make records. You said it wasn't art, so now we're gonna rip you apart.
Stop, check it out, my man. This is the music of a hip-hop band, jazz, well you can call it that.
But this jazz retains a new format.
Point. When you misjudged us, speculated, created a fuss.
You've made the same mistake politicians had. Talking all that jazz.
Talk, well I heard talk is cheap. Well like beauty, talk is just skin deep. And when you lie and you talk a lot,
people tell you to step off a lot. You see, you misunderstood. A sample just a tactic, a portion of my method, a tool.
In fact, it's
only of importance when I make it a priority.
And what we samples of are the majority.
But you a minority in terms of thought,
narrow-minded
and poorly taught. my fame or the silly game to erase my music so no one can use it.
You step on us and we'll step on you.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Talking all that jazz. That's when you hide the truth. It's when you talk more jazz than proof, and when you lie and address something you don't know.
It's so whack that it's bound to show.
When you lie about me and the band, we get angry. Whip out our pen, start writing again. And the things we write are always true. Sucker, let's get a grip. Now we talking about you. Seems to me that you have a problem, so we can see what we can do to solve them.
Think rap is a fad, you must be mad. Cause we're so bad, we get respect you never had.
Tell the truth, James Brown was old. Tell Eric and Rock came out with I Got Soul.
Rap brings back old R&B, and if we would not, people could have forgotten.
We want to make this perfectly clear. We're talented and strong and have no fear
of those who choose to judge but lack pizzazz.
Talking all that jazz.
Now we're not trying to be a boss to you. We just want to get across to you
that if you're talking jazz, the situation is a no-win.
You might even get hurt, my friend.
Sonic, the hip-hop band.
And like Sly and the Family Stone, we will stand
up for the music we live and play,
and for the song we sing today.
For now, let us set the record straight,
and later on we'll have a forum and a formal debate.
But it's important you remember though,
what you reap is what you sow.
Talking all that jazz.
Talking all that jazz.
Talking all that jazz.
Talking all that jazz. Stetsasonic, and if you like Stetsasonic, they're going to be at the Jazz Cafe in London. I know it's a long way away, but there's only one UK date, and it's Wednesday the 20th of March. I think it's 25-ish pounds, right? 25?
27.50.
27.50. I think our boy Hainsey's going to that as well.
I mean, it's, you know,
it's a bit more in his doorstep than it is ours, isn't it? Yeah. So
yeah.
Well done, Hainsey. I'm glad you can experience this and we can't. So yeah, big shouts to you.
It's going to be taking in all that jazz, not just talking it.
Yeah, man. So Steve, what have you been up to this week? What have you been doing?
Just work. You know, it's the same old.
You had a pretty interesting week.
I can't go into details.
You can't go into details?
I can't go into details. No, I'm legally obliged not to go into details on it.
Flipping it, mate.
No, seriously, yeah.
Really ominous, doesn't it?
I know. I can't say anything about it.
I'm going to have to ask you about that off the air then, aren't I?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right, okay. Okay.
I work one of those. I work one of those Men in Black jobs.
It sounds like you've had a pretty interesting week.
It has been interesting.
Another group that have had a pretty interesting week are De La Soul. They've been having a little bit of difficulty with their label Tommy Boy. We're going to be discussing the entire Tommy Boy issue, or Tommy Boycott, we're going to call it later on.
Right on down to the skit. A baby is brought into a world of hits. And if we could have talked that soon in a delivery room, and would have asked the nurse for a hit. The reason for this, the mother is a jerk. Excuse me, junkie was brought the work of the old into a new life. What a way. But this what a way has been a way of today. Anyway, push couldn't show me to understand a path to a base set. Consumers should have raced it in the first wave. Cause second wave from believers, and believers will walk to it, then even talk to it and say, no, I can't have none of that. Tell them what to say, Mace. I'll tell the truth, so bear my witness. Blind like birds of a feather, drugs are like pleather. You don't wanna wear it. No need to ask that question, just don't mention. You know what the answer is. Now I never fancy Nancy, but the statement she made held a plate of weight. I even stressed it to wait. Did he take any heed? Nah, the boy was hooked. He could phrase the word bass, and the kid just shook. In his fashion class, once A now and now. The rock rules him now. The only designs left were once clothes made for Oshkosh has converted to nothing but stonewash. Now hopping in the barrel is a barrel of fun, but don't hop in if you wanna be down, son. Cause down can mean down and out is an action. What does it lead to? People say, what have I done for all my years? My tears show my hard-earned work. I heard shoving is worse than pushing, but I'd rather know a shover than a pusher, boss is a jerk.
Believe it or not, the platforms are feet more than charity. But the course doesn't coincide with the ride of insanity. Is it a chant that slant the soul to feel for it? I know it's the border that flaunts the order to kill for it.
Standing, scheming on a young one, thinking this time 8 balls for a cool player. Racked it all, tried to break Miss Q, got beat by the boy in blue. Next day you're out by the spot once more, looking hard for a crack in the hole. I asked what's the fix for the ill stuff. Word to the hero, the answer should have been no. Run me a score from the funky 4 plus one more. Rewind that back. This is the age for a new stage of fiend. Watch how the zombies scream, it's the crack. Plain is plain, they should have slain it from the start. Behind the ideals of cranking up the heart. Now the bass claims shop over every part.
So that was De La Soul. And that's called Say No Go. And De La Soul, very topical at the moment. As I said, we're going to be discussing their recent problems that they've been having with their label. We're going to be doing that in a couple of tunes. So Steve, give me some shout outs. Who are we giving love to tonight?
We got to give the shout outs. Always getting together DJs. You know we love you.
Always.
Rolly Rich. Rolly.
Yeah.
You know,
big up for inviting me to watch the jazz band in the place in Darwin last night. Really enjoyed that.
Good thing.
Awesome, man.
Darwin, eh?
Darwin, mate. I tell you what, Darwin is coming on, yeah? They've got like a leg up on Bolton now. There's no live music places in Bolton anymore.
There really isn't.
And it's showing me there's a gap in the market, Steve. Maybe we should open our own little place.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Steve's, you know, I don't know, crazy venue.
Jazz Shack.
Yeah. Probably come up with a better name than that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
Spur of the moment.
96.5 Bolton FM, you're tuned into the Realness Radio Show. All the best hip-hop every Friday night from 10 to 11 p.m. And then you've got my crazy confederates Connor Stevenson and DJ Dapper T taking our reins for the second hour. And then if you're still awake after 12 o'clock, you've got Tom's solo mix, Tom's Realness Radio solo mix, which is doing the rounds at the moment. And now we're going to listen to a little bit of old school Outkast. Check it out.
And Jen used to be my friend from the beginning. Now I'm just a player sipping sauce every now and then to catch a buzz like a bumblebee. He tried to and he get sprayed like Ray, cause it ain't nothing.
See, my heat is in the trunk along with that quad lock. No, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. Jumping, you'll get too sprayed. Too raised, you'll block the one and only Outkast. Many is just falling fast and I continue blasting quickly. They ain't gon' get me, got something for them. The devil up in your grill and you still don't even know them. Show them who's the okay, like collard greens and cocaine. I got soul, that's something that you ain't got. That's why your style is rotten. Stop in the land of ATL, where nothing but pimps fully equipped, quick to make a sale swell. Rolling got my pockets, business booming like rockets. Folks try to stop it, but they know that it's bad. Then I yell, ho, and knock 'em off they feet like a southern hustler pose. The dude was in the house like a joint is lit for my kinfolks and all the that was down since we've been from. Taking them deeper than a submarine. So scream when you hear the team of two. My crew we think it's too fat. Sitting off and they wrong. I'm packing my tag backwards if you wanna be acting wrong. Word is wrong like super glue. It's funky like poop with scoop. And every word I say you can screw.
Well, okay, don't get cast out. I swear to God, I got the highest moving Cadillac, the FBI. Stick to their bill, can you handle that you rap? I take my time cruising around the city mall. And under my seat for you suckers is your final curtain call. The one you to the gauge, P-U-M-P. You gonna do a jack, I heat the barrel till it's empty. Get me, see I ain't friendly, gets it in where I fit. Organize it on the track with the southern plagiaristic. So copy my saying, bite my shit, but don't try gaffling me, cause sleeping you get served with some southern hospitality. The Cadillac music has been laid. Now I may wait for I walk with that pimp lip on my the refuge point with that Collie Park hip smoke down. It's how I wanna end it on this track. So I pass it to my partner and step back up with my cat.
Up in my shoes, you cruise, sitting on true. And goes further, only when we rolling through Atlanta's Cosby Blue. The sun is beaming and seeming that I'm glistening. Rather gleaming 2020 got me leaning to the sky, full of pride. Now ain't that something? I'm dipping into your hood. This ain't real, but I'm bumping out the road, just dungeon. If y'all missed it, big gift getting my PA outcast, something for your listing.
You gotta love a little bit of old school Outkast, don't you, Steve?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't too up to speed on them. Their old stuff. I've only heard like the more mainstream. Never really felt them, but that, yeah, okay.
Tune, that innit?
Yeah, big.
Southern playlist of Cadillac music.
You got it out there.
I got it out there.
Cali.
And I just want to mention, I've just had a text from someone called Dave Thompson on the Bolton FM text service, and basically he's saying why aren't we talking about the whole R. Kelly thing that's going on at the moment? And come on, I ain't getting into this, and I tell you why, right? I've never really been an R. Kelly fan. And I tell you what, I was going to say this one thing. I said, I'll believe that he can fly when I throw the figure off a cliff myself. Right? That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
say no more.
We've got a little bit of Herbalizer now. This is called Let It Go, featuring Jean Grey. And you're going to love this, Steve. Nice and chilled out. We've got some dope music tonight. It's the Realness Radio Show. Boom.
Just let it go, let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go. Can't deal with the stress. I let it go, let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and just act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go. Can't deal with the stress. Many times this year I've seen my people go to violent action that could have been avoided with that negative instigation. Going on off at the mouth with foul verbal interaction, inevitably ending up with one or more gunshot patients. I guess it's not a virtue anymore, and scores gotta be settled with steel or real ain't living in the flesh and bone field. But 18 feet of soil was dug out, 3 brothers' lives was struck out, cause you wanted to be down without catching a body who stuck out. Hey, what goes around is ultimately what you give. Sometimes good people and bad things make, sometimes you have to fix the way you live. I give my life to bring back family and friends, but I don't control that. I know that mine's precious till the end. I leave my life course to the greater knowledge of the Creator, and if it's time to go, I won't hold back. I'll just let it go, let it flow. If it's meant to come back, then it shall do so. Let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go. Can't deal with the stress. I let it go, let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and just act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go. Can't deal with the stress. At 13, I watched ghetto gold turn to green like a crush through some dramatical street scene when all my peoples like to wild out, wearing the low style out. When I used to do for the home base, watch the club file out. Mad people started running, that was the end of funnin'. The standard B-boy stands holding his gun and started shooting. Put it in the curbside with shells, yelling, bugging out that someone stepped on his gazelles and aces. Whatever it was, money's beef was basic. It's tragic the way people taking anger and misplace us now. Mad at my people's wearing scars and stitches. Choose to play the role of acting like bitches. Don't take it hard if it's not you act like you know. And all that unnecessary just let it go. Let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go. Can't deal with the stress. I let it go, let it go, let it flow. Move on with your life and just act like you know. Been on my last breath, been between life and death, but I gotta let it go, can't deal with the stress.
Bolton FM, that was the Herbalizer Let It Go featuring Jean Grey. Al English in the hot seat alongside Big Steve, Arthur Tom Whitley.
Hello.
Come on, Steve. Give some more shout outs who we got on the list.
Well, you know, the people we love out there, the regulars. I got a big shout out to the regulars. Bella.
Hello,
Bella.
Bella.
You're over there in Iowa. We know you're listening. We love you.
International.
Constantine, Ukraine crew, you know.
Ukraine crew.
Ukraine. Well, either way, I'm just giving him a rap group.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice
There you go,
that,
Constantine. There's a freebie off me. D. Thomas and Black Saturn.
Yeah. Regular Mixcloud listeners, both them.
Much love. And Tristan Forshaw.
Yeah, he's one of the Get It Together DJs.
Want to make sure I get that name right.
Yeah, he's doing it. Awesome, man. And I just want to give a little bit of a special shout out to an artist that I've been playing a lot of recently called Juggernaut from Nottingham.
Oh, Big Jugs.
Yeah, Big Jugs. And he's Jugs him alone. He's done us like some sound bites, Steve. I've not had time. He literally sent them through about an hour ago, so I've not had time to put them on the show tonight. But rest assured, they're going to be on next week.
Top man.
So, Steve, come on. I think it's about time, right? It's a hip hop show. It's Friday night. Right? People want to know what's going on in the world of hip hop. So I think we deserve to. We need to tell them what's going on with the whole De La Soul scenario, yeah. So let me, for all the listeners, for the people who might not be up to speed on what's happening with De La Soul recently. As you know, De La Soul, they've been around for a very long time. They've put a lot of different albums out, a lot of different material, and they've got a large body of work, which they're immensely proud of, right? Indeed. They deserve their epitaph, you know, is firmly in hip-hop history.
Icons.
It's there, in it? Icons, legends in the game.
These are the guys up at the very top. The Run
Unanimous.
DMCs, the De La Souls.
Yeah.
The top guys.
And you ask anyone sort of who's into our sort of hip-hop, like the top 10 artists, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to find De La Soul in that, aren't you? Okay, so that sort of sets the scene about De La Soul. So the problems they're having, they released a lot of their music under the label Tommy Boy, like, you know, big, major, like, mainstream hip-hop label in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff. And basically what's happening is that De La Soul says their albums are coming to streaming platforms, so Spotify and all the rest of it, but here's the beef. They will only receive 10% of their royalties in profits.
Yeah.
The other 90%, rather unfairly, seem to be going to Tommy Boy Records. What do you think about this, Steve?
I mean, it's a terrible move. It's just typical of the music industry.
It is.
In the way, especially with the hip-hop industry, a lot of people, you know, they're not getting the royalties they deserve. Especially, I mean, De La Soul, complete icons of the genre. We know that.
For real.
It's the first 6 albums that are going out on, I believe it's Spotify or other streaming sites.
Yeah, all streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's all streaming. I mean, completely against the wishes of De La Soul, who were negotiating it themselves. Tommy Boy have coming in, taking 90% of it, you know, all that back. De La Soul get 10%.
Yeah.
And this is going off the 6 classics, the first 6 albums. I mean, there's some absolute classics in there. I mean, we all know them. Absolute brilliance. And
there's one more thing, Steve. Do you know, like, there's since they've taken to the Instagram, they've taken to the Facebook, and they've obviously been shining a bit of light on what's been going on. The fans have been getting behind them, and it's been the right thing to do. And what's interesting is that after they made people aware of it, what's going on with the records, they've actually listen to this, Steve. They've actually said that Tommy Boy wants to have them negotiate something. However, they want them in first to sign a confidentiality agreement so that they can't talk about the discussion. But De La Soul is saying, no, let's do a deal first, then we'll sign a confidentiality agreement. Right? So, you know, it seems like they've got their heads above water, they know what they're doing.
Absolutely spot on.
And they're doing things right, yeah? Sometimes you've got to use your voice as a weapon, haven't you? And that's what De La Soul are doing, and that's what hip-hop is all about. Yeah?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, so the thing you've got to think about right now is if you're going to support De La Soul, you got to buy those CDs manually. You got to buy them, you know.
Correct.
Exactly.
Straight from them. Sod the label. I'm calling a Tommy boycott. That's what it's going to be called, right?
Are we printing off the T-shirt?